giant metallic sphere, and then what the heck is this? And then it started to come down and land, and it said like 40 adults came out because it was like all their kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And it landed, and then a door opened from it, and it said a 9-foot tall, armored covered being with 3 eyes and a robot came out of this door. And it's crazy. And everyone started freaking out. This 3-eyed being pulled out this like rod thing and pointed it at a child. The child disappeared, pointed at another kid. The kid froze in fear, like paralysis. And then it got back in its vehicle sphere thing, took off, flew away, and then that one kid that disappeared appeared again. And it was like insane. This is 1989. And then they sent out these like KGB. They sent out these scientists to observe because it like made national headlines. And when they observed the grass that this sphere landed on, the consistency they said became hard as rock. And the whole what I was into with the wand, the rod.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's folklore throughout different cultures, throughout history, of these star people, creatures. And the Native Americans, they have this story of these alien beings basically coming and they're holding this rod, and when they would point it at people, they would freeze in paralysis. And that's where apparently the folklore of magic wands came from.
Wow.
Interesting. We just rebranded them from fairies and stuff.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, that's crazy.
But it was national, and like the U.S. was even talking about this incident, but it was like over 60 people saw this thing in Russia come down.
1989, dude.
1989.
That's like super recent. Usually that reminded me of the Germany war story with the war. But like that was so. It's a long time in my life.
This is like a pain here. Look at the.
When you were like in diapers?
I
Like,
was born there.
okay.
That's what I thought you were getting at.
Like you could stop saying this is so funny.
I'm literally like you, Josh.
Wasn't the other story that we talked about? Weren't there like Russian soldiers that returned to Stone?
Yeah. That was a KGB classified file.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wild. It seems similar.
Yeah.
Dude, like, can we trust this artist? Look at the faces of these kids.
This was AI.
All the art is black.
It's terrifying. That's scarier than the story. Dude, look at that tattoo all over my back. My mom full mirror.
But people's theory with it is that it was like a PSYOP mission to see how the public would respond to a UFO incident.
Dude, they have to be doing that.
Wait, so
They
the
gotta be doing that.
So
aliens were teamed up with?
no, so it would be like it was a government thing.
Yeah.
Completely
Yeah.
fake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant like the collaboration.
Yo, you guys cool? Like, we're just doing a social experiment.
That's crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah.
What about skinwalkers? Americans?
That we talked about it all. That is scary. That stuff is like, it's like a different level of creepiness, right? I'll tell you, nothing that I could really. Tell you stories.
the stuff that statue horse that like kills the maker.
Another face. No, I didn't know you were talking about that.
Yeah, the guy who made it was like the what's it called? The Lucifer's horse or
Lucifer, what they call it. Yeah, it's like Lucifer's horse.
yeah,
Now, I mean, I don't know.
the pale blue horse that represents like death or something.
But yeah,
And the guy while he was making it, it fell and crushed him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just said it too. They now have a animated talking gargoyle
Oh man.
within the Denver airport.
I'll give you $100 if you come sit here in my place and let me take your plane out of here.
That is so funny.
Excuse me.
Why would they make it like that's crazy? Should have been like Joe Montana.
I mean, they play into this weird
Yeah.
thing on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're totally playing into it now. They have like posters and stuff like the lizard people live underneath the Denver airport and stuff.
But like, what are billboards in Denver that will be like, yeah, it'll be like a poster with like this thing thing off, and it's like, you can trust us, use Denver Airport.
That sounds like Gen Z marketers.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, how are we gonna persuade people not to, or like make it a joke?
Yeah.
You know?
And it could just be that, but like I think what we
I think it's more sinister.
it is.
I personally think it's a entrance to one of the nuke bunkers
Yeah, like
that the
bunker.
president goes to.
Maybe it's like an emergency one where you can't get out. You can't find your specific one in like a certain amount of time, so you go run under the Denver airport.
Yeah.
Or it's an underground city.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about the amount of concrete that they used to build that place, and it does not add up.
Yeah.
Architecture like this does not make sense. There's something underneath there. And the fencing, the barbed wire, is faced the wrong way.
Yeah, it's facing in towards like you can't get out of the Denver airport.
Instead of,
Really big.
yeah, crazy.
Wait, so why would that benefit? They would like keep people who are in there or in the underground.
Yeah, that's me. I don't know. Like, it's just such a, they're weird things in the murals they used to have. Did you ever see those?
I think so. A long time ago, it looked old.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they have weird, like,
Just the-
sacrificial, weird,
Like the one world order kind of stuff, like all the nations coming together, and it's so random. The famine and nukes going off, and
What if that,
creepy.
what if that's just like the architect on project or the graphic designer who just wildly into this stuff and it just slips through and nobody else is in it yet. And he's like, yes. He's
Okay.
stoked that it's on everyone
Yeah.
flying to the airport. And
or he's literally, he's at the point where it's just like, I'll do it all. Just as long as you show my art. Okay, come on the frame. You want to make a horse? Make a horse.
yeah, and they're like, oh, it's a pretty horse. It's like, "It's not."
Hey, guess what? Did you know that right after this we got an episode on Patreon?
We're continuing this conversation with Jake Hutchinson after this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Let's talk about more weird stuff. I want to hear your thoughts on stuff.
I didn't even know this. This is great news to me.
Good news, people.
Yes.
Put a little gift to take.
With Sunny Coolest shirts for Walking Woods.
Yes.
The camp store downtown. Super awesome. They're very nature. You would really like it. They have the large showcase. They're awesome.
Really?
Yes, and Josh went to high school with their son. Anywho, there's stuff going on. We were talking about development a little bit earlier, overdevelopment in Florida. They just reopened, or they're planning to reopen the bear hunt.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, in Florida.
Yeah.
Which we have hunters in the group, so we understand. However, I think anybody can get frustrated about the idea of developing Florida, and then the bears start coming out, and then the decision being, let's go for those bears, okay? And then, of course, historically, let's talk about in 2015, they opened this bear hunt, and they like overhunted them like crazy, and they went down in population very fast. So the idea is we just want to be more careful about these bears. Find another solution instead of hunting them. And so this guy JC, he's in our area, actually he's in Eldora. He worked on The Walking Dead and like Quantico and all those shows. He's a producer for them. He has a production company here locally called Chill Baby Productions. It's super cool. And he's making a movie. This is so funny. So keep an eye out for it. It's a movie that's Purge style of like talking about the perspectives of bears versus people. Just to like evoke kind of like emotions around what's going on with this bear hunt. So keep an eye out for that. And if you're also interested in donating, they have a donate page and they have t-shirts that you can purchase from some people.
But it's like the bears are. It's like the people are being hunted by the bears in this movie.
Is it a cool shirt?
Yeah,
I'm,
sure.
I'm talking about the movie though.
And you can be an extra. Anyway, we'll link all this stuff.
We're going to be
so we're going to post this with long form and shorts per the recommendation.
Alright, we'll put that in the description too, so you guys go follow them.
Absolutely. We love you guys. Thank you for watching.
Very hard. 21. Queens.
I have not seen this look on your face talking about any other woman.
0 red flags.
There is literally a list on the refrigerator.
Pretty much on book today. Well, maybe a few.
The best bitch wins.
If you put too much helium in a balloon, it's gonna pop. You are not our queen.
I don't think he's ready to find love.
James Score premieres Sunday at 9 on Bravo and streaming on Peacock.
Hey there, God bless you. I have a prophetic word from God to share. Shakings. I see small rumblings happening all over the planet. And in that, I understand that with every shaking, there are opportunities for us to serve. Philippians 2 and 7 tells us that Christ emptied himself by taking on the form of a servant. When Christ walked among us, he came as one that served. Luke 22 and 27 really reframes what greatness is. Is it not the one who sits at the table? That I am among you as one who served. Luke 22 and 27 really reframes what this is. It reads, "For who is greater than the one who serves? Is it not the one who sits at the table? But I am among you as one who serves." That has so much meaning, but the greater things that God is calling us into during all of this shaking will look like service. Those who seek to be great by the world's standard may miss the opportunity to be faithful. And what does it look like to be great by the world's standard?
Zaxby's giant chicken finger quesadillas, packed with their famous chicken fingers, cheese, and a whole lot of sauce. We're gonna need more napkins. Zaxby's giant chicken finger quesadillas. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
In that, I understand that with every shaking, there are opportunities for us to serve. Philippians 2 and 7 tells us that Christ emptied himself by taking on the form of a servant. When Christ walked among us, he came as one that served. Luke 22 and 27 really reframes what
greatness is. It reads, "For who is greater, the one who sits at the table or the one that serves? Is it not the one who sits at the table? But I am among you as one who serves." That has so much meaning, but the greater things that God is calling us into during all of this shaking will look like service. Those who seek to be great by the world's standard may miss the opportunity to be faithful. And what does it look like to be great by the world's standard? It could look like, wanting to be admired or to be served. In other words, being worshipped. I know that people have varied reactions when hearing this. Some of you are eager to be found faithful. Others may feel a bit of pain or discomfort when confronting what it means to be great and the desire for greatness. It's all about motive. The motive or desire to be worshipped, no matter what form it takes, whether that is unchecked ambition or even presenting ourselves in ways that intentionally provoke lust or jealousy, are so opposite of Christ-likeness and lead to a path of deception. My God, but Lord wants to use us as servants. So what is the shaking? It is destruction and instability that impacts people's lives. When you see this, humble yourself to serve in whatever way the Lord places on your heart. God bless you. Praise God. Talk soon.
There's a reason firefighters always win water fights. Harder heating out and live traffic.
Jim? No problem. How creative. Stuck in traffic more. Next level. Fighter pilot. Capsule detaches, zooms 125 meters up at 10,000 feet, while your ride cruises autonomously to charge itself. Gat. Yeah, that's the sound of you coming up. This is the world's tool. Made in China. For flex available and juice up your phone without a cord. How cool is that? Your car's got its own personal bodyguard now. No bumps, no worries. Even if you've been behind the wheel for ages, this bus washing monster will leave you stung. Look at this machine. Grape harvesting made easy. How about your pictures on a leaf? So creative. The Toyota Hux crane tipper isn't just any truck, it's a beast on wheels. Every just tools. You so air this is more convenience that combines the power of hydraulic ventilation for game-changing fire safety. Faster, deadlier than flame. When tech meets hero, we all win. The gym.
Chips into wax. But go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in flexible payment options. Get it fixed now and pay later only at SafeLight.com.
Hello everyone and welcome to the video. As you can see, the level cap has now been increased from level 40 to level 160 in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Yes! To be your ultimate guide on not only how to get to level 60, but to how to magically get to level in the next update, 199 after, as well as level 1 to level whatever you get to by breaking level limits, level 80, from level 80 to 85, 85 90, 95 to 99, 20, 120 to 140, 160, 160, to eventually 199. Okay, there. So yeah, the links in the description. Now, this is meant to be a guide, for example, if you are someone who doesn't know, if you're new to the game. So I'll be repeating myself a fair bit. It's also intended for you to click on it and then to go to the various timestamps to learn the information to help you. So I do hope you enjoy the video. So there's a good chance that you are already level 80 watching this, or before we jump into anything, this is an optional part right here because, well, it's just optional. But there's 2 super souls you use to make this process faster if you are going to go the expert mission route in terms of XP. Those are running super souls, or either of them, the 4-way soul and a super soul, which we'll go over in a moment. The battle ends will double the experience gained. To unlock this soul, I believe you have to complete the story mode, then go to this area here in Downtown City of the tunnel, and there's a character here, I believe it's a female character with the exclamation mark above her head, tall, and she will give you that soul, 40-ton weights super soul. Because she more, I could have sworn to get this in the TML store, but again, complete the main story mode, and she's either standing around this right here, or she might be. It's not. I don't believe it's this character. Basically, character, and she'll then give you that super soul on your merry. Yeah. Now there is the super soul XP, and that is the soul pull. Wait for it. My hobbies: reading and sport. I think that's a reference, or what he says when he's going to. I think from the first Bronny movie, if I remember. This. And you see right there, the description is super soul. When the soul ends, it reduces Z to Z, but it triggers your soul gained. To level up the expert missions, this super soul is pretty much ideal. So you get from a not a drop, it's when a certain what the raid is when a certain available 50,000 points score
points, you'll then get this Supersol once it ends via this time space delivery. So there's actually a chance. So if you don't, then once again, and you want to run so to get the rather than you're attacking metal faster. Run this again. You can get this in reading and Supersol from. So don't know when they're coming back. Asking the who you want because we simply do not know. Either this goes in once again. You got to go the route of getting XP to get XP. Right, that's it. First level 1 to level 80. That you won't be able to level up anymore. You do something big. Before, again, you need to get level 80 before you can break the. So, either those two already 80 run missions here. Mission book, mission 17, mission 18. Very for the purpose of this video, I'll demonstrate them because you know how to do it. A bit trickier, but still very easy to do. Again, these 3 expert missions will be rather easy to run. Really easy. To the video, I will link a video on how TP methods will be used later on, and that video, I believe I do go over to actually unlock these expert missions. So make sure you complete the story mode, the main as in you defeat 4 Mira, ending, get to the any way you want. These are the easiest and fastest way to get from level 1 all the way to 80. Alternatively, you have to get to level up from level 1 just to level 8. We talk to Total right in Canton City. Level 1 to level 80 is me. So I can't level up anymore for the until the dev cap raises to presumably level 160. Presumably future saga.
Exactly any way you want. Get
the same thing are literally each other right at this time. Awakening inside both of you, and you're both. It's like this awakening, both of you, and you're both going through it together, but through separate time. You guys, all of this effort I've been getting does not feel like a person. This is like you, someone, like this doesn't feel like something that ever became anything, but came into your life, and there was separation between the two, and separation. I feel like both of them starting to up and level up some way. Separation and actually meeting that person in the last video, you guys is stronger, and I will capture it because I know a lot of people are not interested in love and stuff, but I know that this collective is going to continue to honor that. One another call some sort of each other. Some seed was planted with both of you, and it was literally a mirror. Somebody came into your life to be a reflection of who it is you truly are, and within this, whatever this was, activated the energy of both of you. There was some sort of in both of you, full blown where before you tap masculine to step into this is who, this is the life that you're capable of. Back on this person brought side of you, maybe not a lot do or not can. You didn't even brought out in the
feels like this person alone more, and there's something about you guys both connected to your child's inner. Like, this person allowed you to bring out a child. There's this playful energy. You both felt home in a weird way. You guys both felt in each other, okay? You, after you went through huge meaning, refused to. So there's this interest to reflect that you're living, and I feel like from a lot of this you from a lot of things. So I feel like past before you encountered this awakening with, you could have like you could have a life that looked good, but deep down satisfied to out of some, but you interact with energy within you and look at your life, it could have caused a lot of tower. It wiped everything clean. It caused what I actually want in this life. What do I actually feel like I deserve? There's something about this energy that feels very like one, you know, it feels very like, I'm hearing that, you guys know my song, soulmate song, it's like, there's the Shiver Secret or something, he says, one lifetime type of thing, something like that. This is what this feels like. It's like a once in a blue moon type of connection. Both of you right now, the energy of contemplation. Hearing a message about liberation. Both of you might be in contact right now. Again, this is a very specific message for a specific group of people, okay? But both of you guys might be in contact right now, hearing a message about separation. The separation that you have with a person is a huge message, okay? Because they came into your life to show the potential within you, so you would tether yourself to that energy, walk that energy without needing presence to about that. You guys didn't go through this very necessary period of separation. You guys could have said that the reason why you were standing in that energy was because of the other person. Does that make sense? So you would have given the credit to something external around you. You would have began to rely on their presence to be that external validation to bring out that side of you. So within the separation, you were actually given a divine opportunity to step into this essence and step into this power without the other person being there physically. Because now what this did is it allowed you to look within yourself and be like, wait, this is an energy that existed within me this entire time. And yes, this person was a blessing on my path because they helped me to bring this energy out. Rely on presence in order to be in this energy. They just held it to me, show me what was already there existing inside of me. Ooh, wait. Okay, that's so beautiful. So I feel like this person literally just showed you a piece of yourself that you hadn't met before, and now you've been like milking this. You've been stepping into this energy without you even realizing that that's what you're doing. You've been bossing up, you've been leveling up, and little did you know, this person has been mirroring your energy also. It's like the two of you guys are quite literally going through the same thing at the exact same time is what it feels like, and this almost feels like it's boiling. I'm seeing like a pot boiling over, like it's about to boil over. I feel like both of you could be like typing messages and deleting them at this time. Both of you want to reach out to each other is what this feels like, but again, the separation is necessary. The timing of all of this is extremely necessary, because the more days that go on without them, even though I feel like you're feeling a duality of feelings right now, it's like on one hand you could be mourning them or like feeling like you need to let this go, mourning the absence of them, because I feel like there's something about their absence that feels very deafening. You know what I mean? It's like their absence is like, it's like you just miss, you're yearning being in that energy again that you were in without them. And I feel like this is the big lesson of this all. It's not to rely on when are they coming back, you know, Now is an opportunity for you to step into that energy fully, to embrace the boss-like energy, to embrace the childlike energy that they brought out of you, and to actually face this head on is what I'm seeing. Like, call it what it is. Call a spade is what I just heard, because I'm hearing a lot of you be like, is this love? Yes, this is love. The answer is yes, this is love. That's what I'm seeing in my head right now. So I feel like you guys are both in this energy of like deep contemplation about each other. Both of you guys are sitting there. You're probably having a hard time getting through daily tasks, if I'm being honest. Like, it just feels like this is an energy of
If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe. You have entered a place where numbers are real and alive, not merely symbols for other things. You will discover that the relationships between numbers are not random or man-made, that numbers are actually elementary particles of which everything is composed.
And it wasn't just Tesla.
Moore's law might be dead. For decades, we relied on the idea that the number of transistors on a microchip doubles every 2 years, leading to exponential growth in computing power. This principle has fueled the digital revolution, enabling everything from smartphones to the internet. But we're reaching the limits of silicon-based electronics. Transistors are now approaching the size of individual atoms, and we can't go any smaller.
If people understand this, and they understand the stratified identity, and they understand what God is, namely their own highest level of identity, they won't punish themselves. Basically, you're cutting your line of communication with God. Then God can no longer see you, no longer wants to see you, and can no longer accept you into himself, because he's totally consistent. He can tolerate it for a while, but then after a while, he's got to exclude it. All right, so this is what hell is. Basically, your own highest level of identity is telling you you can no longer exist because you're no longer in touch with me. You've cut your own identity in half.
Recently, I've been diving into the very foundation of modern computing, and I've stumbled into something that feels overlooked. By far, one of the most important ideas, and yet almost no one is talking about it. For the last 50 years, everything you touch, your phone, your laptop, the entire internet has been powered by transistors, tiny devices that rely on one fundamental property of electrons, their charge. But what if I told you that's only scratching the surface, and there is another equally fundamental property? For the last 50 years, everything you touch, your phone, your laptop, the entire internet has been powered by transistors, tiny devices that rely on one fundamental property of electrons, their charge. But what if I told you that's only scratching the surface, and there is another equally fundamental property? For the last 50 years, everything you touch, your phone, your laptop, the entire internet has been powered by
two people that are like borderline obsessively thinking about each other because.
Okay, listen. You need to cut out the loser friends. You need to cut out the loser friends, and you're going to have to build your own value until you can choose. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what I mean. They're holding you back, and they're keeping you trapped in a mindset that is low and that is no expansion. Okay? Here's the thing. You don't need a lot of friends, especially if you're first building your value in life and if you're building who you are and what you're doing. And here's why. Listen. Every amount of success that you ever have is going to come from basically Sitting your ass down at the table and doing this.
Americans, we can do anything we want, except for one thing.
No expansion, okay? Here's the thing. You don't need a lot of friends, especially if you're first building your value in life and if you're building who you are and what you're doing. And here's why. Listen, every amount of success that you ever have is going to come from basically sitting your ass down.
Americans, we can do anything we want. No expansion, okay? Here's the thing. You don't need a lot of friends, especially if you're first.
If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe. You have entered a place where numbers are real and alive, not merely symbols for other things. You will discover that the relationships between numbers are not random or man.
No expansion, okay? Here's the thing. You don't need a lot of friends, especially if you're first.
matters are actually elementary particles of which everything is composed.
And it wasn't just Tesla. Pythagoras, Vitruvius, Aristotle, Plato all talked about the 3, 6s, 9s, and 8s. This is the power of the 3, 6s, and 9s. This, what you're looking at, is Marco Rodin's work. It starts where you see, let's say you start at 1. You go, 1 and 1 is 2, double the number. 2 and 2 is 4, you draw a line from 2 to 4. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 8 is 16, well 1 plus 6 is 7. That's what you do in ancient mystery school Pythagorean math. You reduce the multiple digits into the single digit integer. That's your 9 core creative frequencies. That's essentially, there's 9 numbers in the universe, that's all. 10 is a man-made concept. Zeros are placeholders in the decimal system. It's not of God, it's not God's language. We're talking about the language of creation, the language of the Creator. Everything is made of God's footprint or signature, and that's what this is. This is Rodin's infinity pattern. He likens it to God's signature on everything. What are we talking about? About. About nothing new. In the old days, it was called polymath. Sources from the Greek word polys meaning much, great in quantity, or mathis meaning learning. So a person who excels in multiple fields, particularly the arts and sciences, also called Renaissance man, is a master of polymath. Now I know most of you hate math. I know most of you didn't do well in math because that's man's math. God's math is real simple. He doesn't lose everybody. He is seen as an epitome of the Renaissance man. He was a master of polymath. And you look at the ancients, understand these definitions. You never. So polyhister is a synonym for polymath. In fact, hister and math mean the same. Imagine that. Hister is related to math. They mean the same. Everything sources from math. The creative language is math. If the spoken word, it goes into the water, into actually the firmament. Remember Genesis 1:2 says, in the beginning there was the Creator, then the Spirit of the Creator hovered over the face of the water, divided the waters from the water to create the firmament, or the dome. Some Bibles say the ether. Akin to, in physics, the quantum field. Into that quantum field was spoken. What is word but sound? What is sound? Electromagnetic frequencies. What's that? Simple math. So these are the electromagnetic frequencies of creation. The Creator has blessed us because He loves us. He, she loves us. And there's a contract. The covenant says that the Creator will always be there for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for all the children, all the 144,000 tribes, all of the people who have the love of the Creator and faith, and understand the creative technology of prayer and the lips, the labiatum, the creative instruments. Because if you're created in the image of the Creator, then guess what? The Creator creates the word with love, with heartfelt intention to create in joy, blessing that can go off and be created. Then guess what you are able to do? Lips. In prayer is the creative technology. And the heartfelt loving intention comes because of the key that opens that door of faith. You gotta have faith. Philomath, lover of learning. Plato and Aristotle defined mathema as relative to discipline or discipline. Doctrine, learning the fundamental laws governing everything. So now these philosophers and their many disciples consider mathema in terms of education, which included arithmetic, geometry, astronomy, and music. And language that I'm speaking right now, English, is a mathematical creative technology that is the maximum dumbing down technology ever invented. I'll show you why in a couple minutes. So Da Vinci said, this is a quote from Da Vinci, there's no certainty where one cannot apply any of the mathematical sciences. And the road to finding oneself, including your highest qualities and creative potentials, is paved by mystery school math, engaging the matrix. Now, what's a matrix? Webster's define matrix as something within or something from which something else originates. It's not just a Hollywood film. A rectangular array of numbers, algebraic symbols, or mathematical functions. Matrices play intimate roles in every aspect of life. The word is found several times in the Bible, in Exodus and in Numbers. Moses made sacrifice to the Lord. Everything that openeth the matrix. That was done so that the Hebrews could be freed. Today we're enslaved. Every which way possible. Profiteering off of humanity's ignorance and suffering is the game plan. So that how you come out of her, my people, lest ye be infected by her plagues, her lunacy, her hypocrisy. How do you do that? Real simple. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. Then all else comes to you. How come? Because the kingdom of heaven in the religious world, the theological realm, is the musical mathematical matrix that's right here, right now. It's precipitating, crystallizing, miraculously manifesting you right here, right now. It's running through you, you're in it. Without it, you'd be not even aware of anything. You'd not be here. We would not see you. Why did Da Vinci write backwards? The same reason that the global industrialists, back in the 1400s, when Da Vinci was starting to do his work, decided that they were going to change the New World language to create a new... create a new world order, you've got to have a new world language. Let's call it English. Let's get the King James Bible in English. When? Same time. Late 1400s began, 1515 done. King James and his boys, Sir Francis Bacon, alias William Shakespeare. Shakespearean plays is like the media of today. The theater was the media, and the message was in English. And now let's take a look. Da Vinci wrote backwards because what they did is they flipped alphanumerically. I just told you that everything in creation is math. The labiatum, the lips, are the creative instruments. So now, if you're going to take the creative language and the creative instruments and you start to speak English, here's what happens. And by the way, these revelations came out in 1998 with Healing Codes to the Biological Apocalypse. If you're just beginning in this kind of like initiation into reality, to the truth that shall set you free, you might want to start with Healing Codes to the Biological Apocalypse and then graduate to where we now are, Love, the Real Da Vinci Code. So Dr. Palaio in 1996 had a couple of visions. He saw numbers and letters on his windshield, and he learned that there's an alphanumeric for every letter, just like in Gematria. For every letter, there's a number, an alphanumeric relationship. And he took the words, the English language, like you see here, A to Z, 1 to 26. So it's 1 through 9, 1 through 9, 1 through 8. You see that? Now, you take the words faith, trust in God. Oh, isn't that interesting? They're all 8s. The infinity sign. Well, so then what you do is you take the number 8. And in the Bible, the Creator never adds, never subtracts, always multiplies. This acceleration of your divine inspiration and your spiritual evolution is exponentially accelerating because it's multiplying. And so you take the numbers 8 and do the multiples of 8. 1 times 8 equals 8. 2 times 8 equals 6, 1 plus 6 is 7. 3 times 8 equals 24, plus 2 plus 4 is 6. 4 times 8 equals 32, where 3 plus 2 is 5. You see the countdown pattern, don't you? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Which is the what? The English alphabet backwards. So the sacred languages of Hebrew, ancient Aramaic, Babylonian, and Sanskrit were sacred. They were considered sacred languages. Why? Because when you spoke them, the resonant energy had an immediate divine intercommunication, communion, and a divine interpersonal connection. You had this heartfelt, loving understanding. So now you take, interesting thing, you take the English alphabet backwards, add it to the English alphabet forwards. 8 plus 1 is 9, 7 plus 2 is 9, 6 plus 3 is 9, 5 plus 4 is 9. It's always 9. What does that tell you? It means that there's a perfection in the English language. That means that it was designed, it didn't happen by chance. Some genius did it, and they did it to have the exact impact that I'm telling you.
Three hot kings.
Dating a celebrity is very hard.
21 hopeful queens.
I am not seeing this.
To dumb you down maximally, to make you think that you're simply a human being, when in fact you are a superhuman being. Now take the multiples of 3, 6s, and 9s, and you see why it wasn't just Pythagoras, Vitruvius, Aristotle, Plato, all talked about the 3, 6s, 9s, and 8s. And the 8s. So they're special. All multiples of 3, 6, 9 always give you 3, 6, and 9. And so when you now have the revelation of the original musical scale, the core creative frequencies of reality, you realize they are 396, 417, 528, 639, 741, and 852. That is all 3, 6s, 9s. When you do the Pythagorean mathematical conversion. Rodin, the first time I had the first mathematical genius, and I'm humbled and privileged to work with the world's leading physicists and mathematicians right now, who have advanced so many wonderful blessings of revelation regarding 528 hertz frequency of love, and all of these numbers, and what they really mean, and how they fit with sacred geometry and cosmology. Everything in the universe now, we understand, is based on this system. And Rodin was the first that I met. I had never known him before. He was invited to do a presentation. I was sitting in a living room in Hawaii, and Rodin was there presenting with other physicists and mathematicians, and he started to put these numbers of his matrix that he came up with from this simple array. He starts right there, real simple, and then he goes into more complex analyses where he creates the matrix of the universe. And he put the board, and I'm looking, holy smoke, this guy's putting up the solfeggio frequencies. 396, 417, 528, 63, repeating in the matrix. And from this simple work, he developed the more complex toroid structure of the universe. So this is Rodin's toroid. Now, sitting in the audience is a fellow who you should definitely get to know. His name is Nassim Haramein. He's a metaphysical physicist who took Einstein's field equations and factored in torque, spin, and velocity and advanced Einstein's work dramatically to come up with his structure of the universe. I'll show you in a second. He said to Marco Rodin in the audience, he said, Marco, I appreciate your work. He says, you don't have it quite right. You forgot polarity. What goes up must come down. There's a positive, there's a negative. He says it's not a single toroid. The real structure of the universe is a double toroid. So the ResonanceProject.org presents you Nassim Haramein's work that shows you the structure of the universe is a figure 8. And if you see his animation, it's spinning. You see it has a spinning, spiraling, and coming back to the beginning, just like a figure 8 does. Now you have just learned how come what goes around comes around. You just learned, as you sow, so shall you reap. You just learned that paying it forward is a great blessing to you. You just learned that giving is received. You just got... shifted out. Shifted out of this whole ignorance, this paradigm of scarcity consciousness into the great abundance, the way the world really works. So Hartmut Müller, Russia's top space-time physicist, concurs. He basically evaluated the structure of the expanding gravitational wave of the universe. And he said, you know what this looks like exactly is on the cosmic level, it reflects the microscopic level of DNA. And so now you play with this, as I did. He said that there's N6 nodes. You see on the lower left side of the chart, it says N6. His thesis advanced that there are nodes into which physical reality manifests. Doesn't happen everywhere along the way, that happens in certain spots where the energy, just like at the center of a figure eight, bingo, there's a unique spot, one spot where the energy vectors cross. Right there is a node. And he said in the grand standing wave of the universe, there's 6 places that actually physical reality manifests within the wave. It's called the 6. Now what does the Bible tell you? In how many days did the Creator create the universe? In 6. This universal spiraling, spinning is the same reason why your DNA, and you see now, the structure of your DNA, there's Marco Rodin's infinity pattern on every single gene sequence. The structure of your DNA, which is an antenna to the Creator. The primary function of DNA, served by water, is to receive and transmit energy signals. Photons of light, phonons of sound. And that the water itself is all in the matrix of DNA. In and around DNA is water. What kind of water? Structured water. So here is Ron Saintly from the journal Science back in 1996 telling the whole scientific community, hey, guess what happens, folks?
You see, a lot of
Energy
people,
from your
man, they
DNA.
think that they will find you and other people. So they go and take that chance. They think that they're going to find better. They think that they can replace you, not realizing just how irreplaceable you really, really are. And this is why silence and distance is so golden. Because when you wipe your hands with the situation, when you say, you know what, I'm done, I'm cutting the cord, I'm not coming back, I'm not allowing you to come back, the door is closed. This is things happen when they really try harder to come. You're amazing, right? You have a bright light to you, you have a different type of energy than a lot of other people out here in the world. You just carry it. So when you step foot into these people's lives, or when you step into certain, you bring the sauce, my family.
If you don't have... If you don't have water, structured water, that's 6-sided hexagonal shaped structured water, if you remove it, what you get is this. These are the same DNA strands that have lost 8% of their water. It unravels, it unfolds, and if you understand the energy dynamics of it, you see the electromagnetic potential drops dramatically. So that this is between you and the Creator. And if you want to really do what the highest holy persons on this planet really do and commune with the Creator, you have to understand the divinity of water and the capacity of water to serve you maximally. Everything in healthcare. You can go out and buy every great that's out there. You can go out there and buy every great product that's out there. And if you're dehydrated, you are not going to have any blessing. If you have a pH, a body chemistry, pH, parts hydrogen, power of hydrogen. What's the power in hydrogen? Electron. Donation. Every energy in the universe, every movement from the blinking of your eyes to the movement of my lips right now is because of electron flow. The universe is a piezoelectric. Piezoelectricity, oxidative, reductive reactions, everything, positive, negative, yin, yang, everything is based on this understanding of the electron negatively charged goes to the carrier, OH, water, H2O, H plus OH minus. That minus charge happens when that electron goes to the oxygen, the element number 8. Creator's number. Creator's element for healing. That's how he got Adam and Eve off the ground. He breathed the breath of life into Adam. Prana, the breath of life. What is hemoglobin? Oxygenated heme, metal, sacred geometric carrier of oxygen. So it's all about H2O. If you know enough about water, that is, if you know enough about how God works in you, then you are free. Totally. Reality is that Da Vinci drew exactly what's taking place on the planet. You have a division between the religious world and the political world. You've got a manipulation of the population that is currently engaging the gross deception, this thing that we call reality. And in essence, you have the pagan bull, a symbol of Baal, the symbol for fertility god, which currently represents the symbol of the Roman Catholic Church. And that image is seen carrying the tree of life across the stormy oceans, controlled by the royalty of Europe, who stand in the Crest Eagle all over the planet. One of the beautiful things that we've discovered in decrypting the real Da Vinci Code is that there is a musical note, a tone frequency called A440 Hertz tuning. That is the standard tuning. When you turn your radio on, you listen to any